Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk to the 500 World, Jill Simonello, and in this series of videos, we're going to talk about driving impressions of this Chevy Silverado RST, and we'll talk to you about a little bit. Hopefully, we can get some towing done today as well. I haven't quite decided yet. We're running a little short on time. We'll get to as much as we can, but we talked about driving. We'll have a wow moment. You want to see that one, and we'll tell you more about the Chevy Silverado, and we'll also have other videos on this channel. We'll do like pros and cons of it, and then Jill's got a great video on her channel where she discusses the infotainment system setup.
The not Apple CarPlay system.
Yeah, so let's go and get this video of this driving impressions.
So this is the first time for you, right?
First time.
And were you in the vehicle last time? Okay. All right, so I'll give you the whole rundown then. So the first thing we want to do is go into the driver modes. So it's here on the screen. Yep. And then want to go into my mode, which you're in.
Yep.
And then hit the pencil for me. That's going to allow you to modify my mode. We want to ensure steering's in sport, suspension is in sport, and then as far as the acceleration feel and the motor sound, it's going to get overridden by wow.
Okay.
So it's not important for this. Yeah. So if you hit the back button, and then hit the wow button there.
The Batman signal?
Yep.
All right, cool.
And then you're going to get an indicator here on your dash.
Okay.
And the last thing you want to do is put the truck into its lowered mode. So if you hit the down button on the ride height selector once and then twice to get it in there you go.
Does it automatically come out of that when you're done doing the acceleration?
Yes.
Okay.
I can give you some more details.
Okay.
Maybe at Robins Hill.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
So as far as evaluation's concerned, feel free to be on the throttle until you get to that cone gate there next to the yellow sign.
Yep.
And then at that point, get hard on the brakes if you'd like to, or if you want to do a nice controlled stop, either way.
Okay.
And then we just ask that you do a U-turn prior to the 6 cones that are beyond the gate.
Okay.
So
Cool.
have fun.
All right, thank you.
Floor it. Pedal to the floor.
That was fun. Yeah, you good thing you had a seatbelt on.
I know.
Okay, that was Knight Rider with Batman. Wow. Yeah. Here it goes. It's changing lanes for us. We're in the Silverado EV RST. We have Super Cruise on, which is the green line above there. And there is on the green right next to the mile per hour is that. And by the way, that shows kilowatts. Jill was going 200 kilowatts, and then she's like, holy cow, I'm going 200 miles an hour. No, that's kilowatts.
And then I was like, is it kilometers per hour?
I know. EVs are confusing at times. So I just want to import this in the video somewhere. I will edit it in. It makes sense when I put it in the video. But we're just driving out to the event. We're doing the towing stuff later. We're doing the WOW mode, which why did they get rid of Watch the Freedom? Like, WTF? That was the best mode name.
You can't have the multi-flex tailgate or the, you have to call it something different.
Yeah, so in this case, it's WOW mode.
Lane change again.
Lane change again, lane changing. All right.
So let's talk about this a little bit. So essentially what's happening is I've got my speed set, and if somebody pulls in front of me and they are going slower than what my speed is set at, then what the vehicle does is it kind of checks the left lane, the passing lane, to see if I should pass. And then it pulls me into the left lane, and then as soon as traffic clears up onto the right, it moves me back into the right lane. Although it doesn't help when somebody keeps coming into my lane and cutting me off.
Get out of here.
But
Palisade.
Stupid Palisade. Manufactured plates. But no, I mean, so what it does is it kind of drives like you would drive. And so here it is again. So gotta pass the Palisade, so it's pulling me into the left lane. Ah, Nerf! And the Palisade is coming in here too.
Wait. Did she say Nerf?
Nerf!
Nerf!
Nerf! Well, it's way better than the F word I was gonna use. So,
That's true.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put that out there. So it drives like I would drive, and it checks the lanes, puts me into this lane, and then when it detects that traffic has like cleared up on the right, then it moves me back into the right lane. And I'm going to tell you, this is a much more active system, I think, than what we were in the Blazer, or not the Blazer, the, I keep saying that, the Equinox EV,
yeah, this is...
the other day. This is a much more active, aggressive system. You know, when we were in the Equinox EV, I felt like it kept us in our lane a lot longer. Maybe it didn't have the automatic lane change, I don't know, but it kept us in our lane a lot longer, and I felt like we had to, you know, tap the turn indicator to get us to turn more than, like this is just like, wee, I feel like I'm swishing. It keeps changing my lanes for me, but I think it works really well, and it's, the only thing it doesn't do is I'm supposed to be exiting in 2 miles, and it just moved me all the way to the left. Right. So again, this is where the driver has to pay attention, and you have to know, okay, I'm gonna be exiting, I've gotta like override the system, and I have to get over. So Super Cruise does not talk to your navigation. It does not talk to your navigation, as far as I can tell. So that I have to engage myself here. But I think overall this system works really well. It's keeping me in my lane. It's doing a really good job with the lane changes. There have been a couple times that I've been like, but I haven't needed to put my hands on the wheel.
Can you do the clap from the commercial? Have you seen it?
No.
You have not seen the jet, so you go, then you clap.
No, I cannot.
You have not seen the commercial. Well, anyway.
No, I can do the whole, you've been cut off. I can do that,
yeah,
no problem.
Right, so should we watch the commercial later?
Yeah.
Another advantage to this system is Super Cruise with towing and trailering. So if you have a load behind you and you're towing, it will engage Super Cruise. I have a look there in my face. You can use Super Cruise. You won't be able to auto lane change with the trailer. That is probably coming in the future. But in a situation like, say, Nebraska, where I live, or Texas, or Kansas, or Iowa, or some long, straight drive that you're towing long distances, using that with that system, to me, is the game changer. Super Cruise is cool. It works good, but I would pay for it with trailering with trailering. I think that is the real game changer. So. Okay, now the real question when it comes to this Chevy Silverado EV RST truck. Can it do truck things? Can it tow? That's always a big question people have online. How far can I tow with this truck? That's the wrong question. Why? Physics. It matters what you're towing, the speed you're towing, elevation you're towing, the wind resistance, the temperature outside. Now, in a gas vehicle and electric vehicle, they both suffer range loss when towing with physics, right? That's just what happens. However, gas vehicle can fill up faster. Fine, I get that. But you still can tow with an EV truck. It's still possible. And so let's go ahead and do some towing. I have a double axle box trailer behind me. I'm gonna say it's 30 feet. It's probably, actually probably not 20 feet. I don't know exact measurements. And it's 4,000 pounds max in the trailer that I can handle. And so I'm just gonna go around this little loop. And what's interesting with this EV, the Silverado EV in this case, 4-wheel steering, 42.2 inches of turning radius. Why does that matter? It matters a lot when you're towing. I can cut corners a little bit better. I can maneuver this trailer a little bit better. I can back in a little bit better, right? Yes, guys who tow all the time, it's never a problem. I totally get that. Nobody's arguing with that fact at all. What I'm saying is, it's kind of nice to have the steering work better. I can make a turn a little bit tighter and not worry about it. Now, you know, I'm not going to take out curbs, right? I still got a trailer behind me, obviously, not doing that thing. But, you know, it is nice to have that aspect of it. So I'm kind of coming around. I don't have tow mirrors on this. There's always a conversation I get asked all the time about tow mirrors. Tow mirrors are nice. If you tow a lot, they're worth it. If you don't tow that often, it's personal preference. I wouldn't really worry about them very much. Again, it's really when you're towing a lot. If you have a longer trailer, RVs, great for towing mirrors. Okay. So, and I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure that they offer towing mirrors yet. This is the permanent question yet on these EVs. There will be some in the future. That's gonna be guaranteed as this stuff gets rolling out. The really cool part with this truck is that it's got Super Cruise with trailering. That is a stress reliever. Towing for me, I towed from Nebraska to Michigan. I was so damn tired when I got to my stops those days because of the stress of towing, right? Towing with trailering, game changing. I'll say this, I don't really care that much about Super Cruise. Not a big deal for me. However, towing, big deal. I have a trailer brake controller on. I'm gonna set with that at, it's at gain of 4. I have 59 miles of range left. I'm looking for the battery at the moment. The battery says it is, about 25%. So one of the cool parts of EVs though is I'm gonna make a right-hand turn here and no shifting. No waiting for the turbos to spool. Nothing. You just go. It's crazy. It's crazy. I've been driving trucks my entire life. I've been towing, and this is hands down the smoothest towing operation I've ever come across in any vehicle. It is incredible. I mean, so I have a quad, but I have front motor, rear motor. I have power of the wheels. I have smooth power delivery. I'm not worried about like transmissions, hunting for gears. And you want to go? Let's just go. There's 40. There's 50. There's more than 55. I'll slow down. Regenerative braking works with trailering. So the vehicle slows down, recaptures some of the energy that is expended when you're braking by itself without applying the brakes, and it slows down for me. And it's comfortable. And it's easy. I know. Oh, battery's at 26%. I see the number now. So 26%, I'm using 121 kilowatt hours in that range, kind of is flipping back and forth as I'm at the speed and letting off the accelerator. My current trip is a mile. I'm putting 1.9 miles per kilowatt hour is my efficiency. This is gonna take some time for us to translate this into gasoline terms for consumers. It's not as easy as you think to do the math. I mean, I'm sure there's some nerds out there that can do that. I know there is. This is pretty impressive. Look at this. I'm making a full turn, full tilt-to-tilt turn in a small space like that. I'm not sure I caught that exactly on camera, but I slowed down and I made a full flip around U-turn because I want to get back a little bit faster. I did a little U-turn right here with this type of steering. I can do that. I can make these tight turns without having to go so far out as you would with a non-vehicle that has a bunch of steering. We still got a ways to go. Let's be practical about this. We got still ways to go. I like what they're doing here. Not liking the price point. I'm not liking refueling time, but I feel like we're getting closer, and I don't give a rat's ass about all the environmental stuff and green whatever. I'm a practical guy. Give me real world benefits. In this case, real world benefits is smoother, safer, more powerful in this Silverado EV. So let's, I'm gonna go down my drive route. I got 6 minutes left. I gotta flip around. Now it says when I get back on the computer, it says I'm gonna get back and have 23%. So I'm gonna use another 25% of the battery basically. And this, no, I flip around, I got 23%, I got 24% right now. So 6 more miles, I'll use 1% of my battery. That's what that means. Huh, look at that. Oh, it says I'll be back at 3 o'clock and I have to get on a shuttle to the airport at 3 o'clock. So that's about perfect timing. So there you go. Let's get back to the rest of the video on this Silverado EV RST, not work truck, RST. Okay, let's talk driving the 2024. I think we got the year right.
Yeah, we do. I actually double checked.
Chevy Silverado EV RST.
Yes.
Their first edition. They're now top line version, and we're on some really well done Michigan roads.
I know. These are almost as good as Chicago roads. I'm gonna put that out there.
You know, and we have these 24-inch tires, which are first time they've ever done 24-inch in factory. We have the EV setup. We have everything going on. You drove, I drove highway. You drove highway to Super Cruise. We have a little segment going in the video. Some place I'll put the Super Cruise in there. I guess I'm behind the wheel. I will begin. I am a little disappointed. Yeah. What I want to say, let me say it more clearly. I had really high expectations for this, and I don't know that they really were met. It's 9,000 pounds. It's heavy. It's a big EV. That's a big battery. The wide open world, wow, whatever they've done.
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
Sorry, you're gonna have to hit my tone levels on that.
What?
Didn't mean to blow out your ears.
It's cool. It's fast, but it's not an OMG like fast.
Was it 700 and something horsepower?
Yeah.
It unleashes.
Right. It didn't. I mean, I think it's just because the weight of it. It doesn't feel as fast as other EVs that I've driven, and that's what I want to say. If you've never driven an EV and done that, you're gonna be wowed about it, right? Because unless you've experienced it, if
you will be wowed by wow.
Wowed by wow. But if you've driven other EVs in the class, I don't know that you'll be.
No, I would say if you've driven other EVs, period. Because you know you have like the Teslas with the Plaid and the insane.
So
mode
yeah, if you're expecting an insane mode in this, you're not going to get the same type of experience. You're still going to be really impressed with a crew cab 5.5-foot bed truck.
Although WoW was fun, and it did glue me back into the seat.
Yeah, the video on that's hilarious. Wait, I'll put that in maybe right about now.
Yeah.
Okay, so after that experience, right, it's still fun, but I don't know, maybe it's just me. I had really high expectations for this.
Yeah.
And I mean, even off the line, I'm in town, I can't really get on it.
No.
But I tell you, it's EV, right? So it's smooth. Mm-hmm. There's no shifting, doesn't have a transmission, right? So you don't worry about transmissions, don't worry about engine maintenance. It's smooth power delivery. The suspension, I mean, hitting things a little harder than I thought, which we talked about. It's like 9,000 pounds should hold you down, right?
Right, you should feel like a little bit more planted. And we were on a highway that had like, you know, the undulating bumps,
right?
Because of construction, and so it just kind of felt like the vehicle was like floating. Like if you've ever been on a raft in a pool with gentle waves, it kind of felt like that.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know that that's. Again,
I don't know that was the intention.
I know, yeah, I'm just confused now because I'm like, I really thought I drove the work truck, right? And I find a video above. Maybe I'll link to it if I remember when I'm watching this video. Anyways, I drove the work truck version of this, and I thought that was pretty quick. And I thought maybe it was my unfair expectations of going, hey, this got wild mode. This is the first edition, but I was a little. I'm not as impressed as I thought it would. Is it still good? Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
It's still good. Yeah,
it's great.
I'm gonna be very clear. I'm not knocking it down. Just, you know, I think a person who hasn't experienced an EV, hasn't been in anything like this, is going to be shocked about like how smooth the power delivery is. The braking, I have turned off regenerative braking.
And I love the regenerative braking. I love the one pedal feel where you literally just, you know, I was kidding around with Tim. I think there's a segment of the video where I was like, I'm using one pedal driving, and I literally like was going because I was playing around. But like once you get the hang of the feathering, to me it's actually smoother and faster and better than using a brake.
And for me, I would just like more settings. I've liked it not to be just right now it's 3 modes: off, normal, high. I'd like to have like a bar graph, like
but
1 through 10 or something. What have you done here?
You've turned it off.
Right, because I even normal for me was a little bit too aggressive.
All right.
So I would just like every brand is doing just normal, high, off. It seems like the EV stuff, and I just think, well, why can't I do like 1 through 10?
Every brand is doing that. I would say, like, if you look at your Hyundai Kia EVs, they have like 4 levels.
Okay.
And you know, there's like you know, the iPedal Max, and then you've got like level 1, level 2, level 3, maybe level 4. But you've got like some give there.
Yeah, I just feel like if it's a software-based system, you shouldn't be limited by the number of choices. Fair?
Right.
Fair.
Right.
Okay. I like the air suspension, entry, exit, great.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in trucks.
But this does have running boards on it.
It does have running boards. I find it easy to get into, although I would love a driver's side grab handle. We'll talk more about this in the video. Let me go back to driving impressions. I'm kind of waving it around here. Handling, let's see, I should do 50. So there's 35, 40, 50. So that's quick for a truck. It's quick.
But I will say, once you get to highway speed, so once you're at like 55, 65 on the highway, going from 65 to 75 if you're trying to pass is a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's handles, centered line steering. It's not a sports car. I'm not going to say it's going to handle like a Porsche, but it's good. I mean, I think the body roll is mitigated, which is what you'd expect from an EV, right? So all your center of gravity now is back underneath us in the body, underneath the floor, and so you're not having any body roll, not worried about the front end kicking up a little bit too much, get too much engine in the front, all kinds of different things going on. So I think it drives well. Yeah, I don't know. I just was a little disappointed in my
How
expectations.
about underwhelmed?
Underwhelmed. Yeah.
And so here's
Yeah,
the thing.
underwhelmed. That's much better.
At the traffic circle, continue straight to
I have
stay
to
on
go.
Ann Arbor Saline Road.
I don't know how to turn that volume off either.
This is the analogy that I always make. It's like that overhyped movie, and they're like, oh, this is great, it's amazing, it's a blockbuster, it'll be awesome, and then you go in and it's a good movie, but it's not as hyped as, like, it's not
It
as
doesn't
good
meet the
as
hype.
what, yeah, it doesn't meet the
Yeah,
hype. It's
that's
kind of like
exactly right.
And this
yeah.
is a, you know, this is a great truck. It is a great truck. I love the EV powertrain. I love, you know, how smooth it is. I love, like, it does what it's supposed to do, and it is really.
All right, there you go. There is the driving impressions video. I think that they asked me immediately when I got to lunch, what I think. And I think Jill nailed it. I was underwhelmed by the driving impressions, but I wonder if that's because my expectations were higher than they should be, which I don't know. I want it to be faster. I want it to feel cooler. I like the way it looks. I love the way, I like the seating. The seats are actually fairly comfortable. I've been in them quite a bit all day. And yeah, GM seats still got a little way to go, but they're better than they have been in the past. And I like the power in the bed. There's a lot of stuff I like this truck, but I don't know. I think as somebody who's driven a lot of EVs, I might be a little jaded because I've driven so many of them. I think if you've never driven one, I think you'll be really surprised at how smooth and powerful they feel behind the wheel.
I would agree with that. Smooth and powerful, and really capable.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I think I said it during the driving impressions. This just might be the electric truck to change people's mind about electric trucks.
Yeah, it just might be. And maybe.
Maybe. There are some people who are not going to change their minds. That's fine.
Never. That's fine. All right, for more, check out the videos on this channel as well. I'll put links to a bunch of stuff. As always, thanks for watching. We will see you down the road.